So there's a couple things I wanted to say. I just wanted to apologize for not being able to produce the videos on a weekly basis. I've actually been kind of busy working on a couple other different projects. What a lot of you guys might not know is I was picked up by a local TV program called Island Driver. It's kind of like a poor man's version of Motor Trend, if you even want to compare it to that. I'm in charge of the segment called My Sweet Ride.
This is my sweet ride.
And this is my sweet ride.
Which is basically something I already do for my channel, but I try to put a little bit more time into those episodes because they go on TV. Well, local TV, that is. Oh yeah, so I made these sweet stickers. Actually, I didn't make it. I had my friend, my longtime friend, make it for me. It's a chibi version of my Project Fury Celica. Complete with the Toyo tires and the skull. My little YouTube channel right there. You can cut it off if you'd like. You can stick it on your car. You can stick it on your Hydro Flask, which I did. I don't even know if it's water resistant. And you can do whatever the hell you want with it. Should be a link on the bottom, hopefully. Hopefully I put a link on the bottom. Here's episode 12, something that you guys probably were waiting for. My bad. It's only been a few days, but you can kind of see that rust is already building. I'm going to go ahead and prep the surface, starting off with removing the paint that I put on, and then grinding down the tall welds. Grind it off a little too much, so let's fill those in. So remember that corner piece that I built up with the welds? The grinder won't be able to reach this area, so I'll be using my air die grinder along with the carbide burr tip. This can of Bondo, it's been sitting for quite some time. You can kind of tell from the clear goop sitting on top. I'm gonna give it a good mix until it has a nice color and consistency to it. If I remember correctly, it was a golf ball to pea ratio when it came to Bondo and hardener. By the way, from what I was told, don't use a cardboard as your mixing palette because cardboard or any paper-like material can absorb some of the hardener. Okay, Joe, demonstrate how to properly do it, because I, for the love of God, can't. Alright, prior to this, I've only done Bondo a handful of times, and in those times there were just little dings on a flat surface. Fairly easy to do, mind you. This, on the other hand, well, you'll see. humidity levels today were pretty high. It's going to take a while before the Bondo hardens. I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow to start shaping this. I don't know if it's just super humid or maybe the ratio of hardener to Bondo was off, but it was still way too tacky at this point to sand. Well, let's start all over again, I guess. Let's see if I've learned anything. According to the internet, it's actually a golf ball size amount of Bondo and 1 1/4 inch strip of hardener for the ratio. It's probably why I got it wrong the first time around. Or maybe it could have been the cardboard palette. Tom was nice enough to lend me some of his sanding tools for the job. And this, the cheese grater. Is it really a cheese grater? I don't know, but that's what they call it. While it doesn't leave a smooth surface, it makes quick work of those rough first layers of Bondo. Once I got the Bondo down to a more manageable shape, I used the sanding board to get the surface to match closer to the original shape. Using long strokes starting from a good reference point, you can start to feel where the Bondo needs to be sanded. I honestly thought that this part of the bodywork was going to be the easy part, but shaping Bondo, especially for such a complex area like this, can take a lot of time. You're constantly sanding and feeling about every inch just to get the shape right. It requires a good amount of skill and practice, which I did not have. For the rounded part, I used a piece of 80 grit sandpaper and just went back and forth following the contour of the corner. After you've grinded and sanded some more, it's now time to mix more Bondo to fill up those areas that needs more thickness. At this point, I've pretty much given up and just watched Joe do all the work. Look at him go. Honestly, all this work is making me hungry. So now he's using a block and sandpaper to get the shape of the valley as straight as possible. See what I mean? Patience and skill. And after all that, it still needed some more work. But that's body work for you, I guess. Let's seal this thing up and call it a day.